In 2017, a lady came to me and she said, Nitza, is it possible to do a Christmas program where my son can be Joseph? I wasn't sure if I was understanding her question right, so I repeated to her and I said, okay, so you're asking me to do a Christmas program so your son can be Joseph? And she said, correct. But let me tell you that my son has Down syndrome, and every Christmas he asks to be Joseph, and he hasn't had the opportunity to do it. As soon as I heard this request, I told this lady, it's gonna happen. It really touched my heart. And I was wondering how many kids in this conference, they have a disability and they haven't had the chance to be part of a Christmas program or a program in general. So I started praying and I started contacting every single church in the conference to find kids with disabilities, and I found 25. And let me tell you, when I reached out to every single family, they were so excited to be part of this program because their kids, they have never had the opportunity to be part of a Christmas program where they can be the stars. Let me tell you that it was a huge blessing, and they were so happy that they not only kept the happiness and the opportunity to be part of this amazing program, but they shared it with their friends from therapy, their friends from school. So we had a bunch of kids with disabilities ready to worship God with a Christmas program. It was an amazing experience. And let me tell you that in the process of making this program happening, there was a lot of volunteers and a lot of good hearts planning this program. People wrote the script, other people, they decided to volunteer their time and their talents for this program. And also, like, something that we encourage for our program is to have volunteers helping those kids participating in this program so the parents can be sitting down and watching their kids. We have kids from adventures to pathfinders to elders from the church just being there supporting those kids. And let me tell you that those kids with disabilities, they were the stars of the program. They were singing, they were playing instruments, they were memorizing Bible verses, they were dancing. It was a big party where God was glorified. Let me tell you a story that someone from the community did for our program. There was a lady from one of our churches that she was constantly contacting me, and she was saying, Nitza, how can I help you? Nitza, what can I do? I really wanna be part of this program. And I asked her, I don't have anything to give you right now, but I'll think of something. The same day at night, we were talking about, collecting an offering for this ministry. And I called her and I said, is it possible for you to do 2 buckets decorated as drums to collect offerings? But let me tell you why I say drums. Because the title of this program was The Little Drummer Boy. As you know the story, it's this little boy that he gave everything he had to Jesus. He gave his little drum. So that's why we titled this ministry and this program The Little Drummer Boy. Because those kids with disability, they came to Jesus and brought everything they had. So coming back to the story with the lady, I asked her, can you please do 2 buckets to collect offerings but decorated as drums? And she said, okay, I'll do it for you. That night, she went to give a Bible study, and she was teaching to a group of people that they came out of jail. Okay, they already had a tracker, and this person, and he couldn't work, he didn't have any money, and he didn't have anything to help, with this program. So this lady said, I have to do this buckets for offerings. How can you help me, or can you come up with an idea? So she invited this person who was giving Bible studies, and he said, you know what, I'll do it for you. And she said, no, don't worry, because she was not trusting a man to do a craft. And she said, and the guy really was pushing. I said, no, let me do it for her. And she said, okay, please do it. This guy, not being able to work, not having any money, not having any food, you know what he did? He got a cardboard and he went to the streets to ask for money to make those buckets. I'm talking to you that this is a ministry that not only involves our church, but it involves also our community. A person that just came out of jail, he wanted to make a difference in this program with kids with disabilities, and he did. He went to one of those streets in Federal Way to ask for money to help with this Christmas program. You might not have a community or kids with a disability in your church, but it's my prayer that if you don't have a community or you can't do a program like this, a special Christmas with special needs, if you can't do anything like this, I'm just gonna ask you to ask for wisdom and open your ears and ask God to open your ears so you can hear what's the need of your community, because you can make a difference. But the first thing is you need to ask God to give you wisdom and to open your ears so you can hear the need that your community has. And if you have kids with disability in your church or in your community or in your conference, my call to you is to make a program for kids with disabilities. It's a life changer. And I'm telling you this because being from backstage, I saw the face of Jesus smiling at those kids. It was a great offering. And you know how I saw Jesus' face smiling? Just by looking at the parents, looking at their kids shining on stage. It was how God showed me his face. And I want to make your call to commit this year to do something for those kids with disabilities.